Hi, my name is Sharon McKeon, and this is Crosspotent, a place where magical people meet. This is going to be your March horoscope for 2019. And we start the month out with the Sun in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Capricorn. Mars is in Taurus, Jupiter in Sagittarius, Saturn in Capricorn, Uranus is in Aries, but I'll talk about it. It's quickly moving into another sign. Neptune in Pisces, Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so we start the month out with the moon phase is very balsamic. We have our new moon coming on the 6th, and this balsamic Capricorn is earthy. You probably might need to be doing some things that are like more responsible, taking care of responsibilities with the Capricorn. This is tends to be more of an administrative kind of energy, but it's a winding down of whatever projects you've been working on in this darkening phase of the moon. So one thing I want to note is the sugar maples, the sap is running. If you've got sugar maples, the tap should be in. As soon as those temperatures get down below freezing at night, you're going to get your sap running. So there's it's been a good season for sugar maples around here. Let's see. Generally, going into Aquarius here, this is Saturn. Saturday is ruled by Saturn, but also esoterically Uranus. So this is one of those blessed days where the moon lines up with the planetary day, which would be the sun for Sunday, the moon for Monday, Mars for Tuesday, Mercury for Wednesday, Thursday is Jupiter, Friday is Venus, and Saturday would be Saturn. Those are the old school planetary days that we used to go by for many thousands of years before this new calendar system we've been on for the last couple hundred years. So this lines up. This is one of those blessed days where the planetary day lines up with the moon. And so with Aquarius, this is very technological, kind of innovative. You might find unique ways to solve problems. It's a good time to think about unique ways to solve problems. Also, groups are highlighted, groups and organizations that you belong to, or getting groups together. By the beginning of the first week, we're coming into Pisces. Now, this is a more watery moon, so this is along the lines of brewing and making wine and all that, although it's not really the harvest season, but it's a great time to get a little microbrew going. Good time to do your jams and jellies, anything that's liquid. You're washing and you're cleaning. This is a good time to do your purging right before the new moon. Also, generally, coming into the new moon, things are winding down, but here we have a very unique situation this month. It's going to be a little quieter than last month, but it's still a lot of interesting things going on. Mercury's going retrograde on the 5th. And that's going to last all the way till the 28th when Mercury goes direct. So this is a good time to redo, revisit, take another look at things, possibly relocate things, go back over things and check communications really well. Mercury retrograde's known for having communication difficulties and whatnot. What you might say might not be heard right, or what gets said, you might not hear it right. So double check your communications and whatnot through this whole period. Then on the 6th, on the new moon, we got Uranus in Taurus. Yay! Going into Earth sign. Very good for earthy things. We also have the Sun conjunct Neptune and the Sun conjunct the Moon. So this is an initiation of projects, a time to start things. Set your priorities for the month, but be flexible with this retrograde Mercury. Be flexible. As we come into Aries, this is your you're cutting your wood, organizing your projects. Aries has a good mind. Use your mind. This is a great time to think things through. Think about your materials and your workspaces and your that you need for your projects and stuff. Also, often there's a lot of rain coming. Check your gutters. Check your equipment. Make sure you're ready for the storms that are going to be coming. As we get into the Earth, we have Taurus moon on the weekend. So this is earthy, this is value, good time to wean animals. Check your chicken housing, your animal housing. Invest in what is valuable for your health, your wellness, your happiness. This is a great time to get your seeds ready. You can already get your little babies started in the greenhouse, especially the tomatoes and your eggplants and your peppers. Other seeds that can be planted now would be, your flower seeds, asparagus, rhubarb, horseradish, cabbage, English peas, beets, lettuce. I'm doing a lot of peas this spring. Cauliflower, broccoli. Get all that, get your seeds ready and get organized on what you want to plant and how you're going to cycle putting your seeds in. By the 10th here we have Mars sextile Neptune, which is very that your energy is in a good opportunity aspect with Neptune, which is a very spiritual type of planetary influence. So this Sunday is a great spiritual mode and putting energy into what spirituality means for you. Possibly maybe set up yourself with a little meditation garden, or do something spiritual or meditative or that helps you along those lines. As we get into the 12th, we're into an air sign of Mercury, and Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, so this is one of those blessed days where the planetary day lines up with the moon. We also have the Sun sextile Pluto and the Sun squared Jupiter, so there's a little bit of push-pull that day with the planetary aspects, but it's still a blessed day. This is a great time to get your eggs incubating for your chicken eggs. And when you think of birds, think of communication. Birds are always chitter-chattering back and forth. Gather your information. This is a time to double check those messages. Make sure your message gets through clearly. Local. It's highlighted with like local friends and local neighbors and siblings and your closest associates and whatnot that you hang out with on kind of like a day-to-day basis or in your very local community. It's very well highlighted now. As you come up to the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter here at the quarter moon, we have Cancer, which is a family sign. Great time for baking. Make time for everyone in the family, each and every person. There's a lot of good aspects here. We've got the Sun conjunct Mercury, Mars trine Saturn, a lot of good energy for this family time, group projects with the family, family outings, anything to do with what makes you feel safe and secure in your family and how you can help them to feel safe and secure. And this would of course extend into the animals on the farm and the security of the farm and checking and making sure that you've taken measures along those lines. As we get into the 16th in Leo, Leo's the show off. Take pictures, especially for insurance purposes. Good time to take pictures. There's a lot of excitement. Children are highlighted. Again, this is more of a children's theme, but more in more theatric mode. Kids might feel a little more glamorous and feel like showing off and expressing their talents and their creativity and their abilities. This is a great time to let that shine through. On this Sunday, you've got the day that's ruled by the sun and the moon sign that is ruled by the sun. So this is one of those blessed days on a Sunday, also with Mercury sextile Mars. So this is going to be a very nice day for doing those exhibiting what you have been working on, your projects and your little projects that you want to show off to people. As we get into the beginning of the week here, coming up on the full moon on the 20th, we've got Virgo. Virgo's Earth, it's opposite Neptune, opposite the spiritual energy. So this is a time when you have oppositions, it usually means other people. Other people might be bringing you that spiritual message. It's a good time to listen. It's a good time to engage in conversations with people so that you can hear what the universe is bringing you through other people. There's going to be a lot of curiosity. It's a very curious sign. It's ruled by Mercury also. So as we get into the full moon, the very beginning of the morning is blessed before the moon goes into Libra. There's a little window where you've got the moon on the day of Mercury in the sign that's ruled by Mercury. So the morning time is a blessed time with Mars trine Pluto, Mercury, sextile Saturn, some very good aspects. Then we come into the full moon. This is a time when there's going to be more water in the soil. It's going to bring up the water table. There's going to be a lot more humidity. With this Libra moon energy opposite the sun in Aries, the sun goes into Aries. So here it's about 6 p.m. and the moon is about 9 p.m. when we get the full moon. So this is a negotiating. Libras tends to be a rebalancing. This might be a little bit more of one of those push-pull kind of full moons. Usually things culminate at this time. Often the moon in Libra is good for marriage, but I would say I generally don't recommend getting married on the full moon, but hey, just be aware. This is going to be a lot of energies that are opposite from each other, and that might set the stage for a little bit of tension or things along those lines. Then Venus sextile Jupiter here on the day ruled by Jupiter. That's a really nice aspect. As we come into Friday, the very morning is another little small window that's blessed where you still have the moon in Libra on the day ruled by Venus, which is Friday. Libra moon is ruled by Venus. So there is a little window before the moon goes into Scorpio. Here it goes in around 10 p.m. So there's a window of opportunity early in the day for having good elections for that Venus energy. Scorpio, good time to prune for spring growth, your grapes, the orchards, all the winter damage, do your shaping. Scorpio is good for microbrewing and begin your breeding on the farm, animal breeding. As we get up here to the 24th, we've got Mercury conjunct Neptune, again, a very spiritual kind of aspect on a Sunday. Where are we at? 24. Okay, so that is a time when you might want to focus a little more on the meditative, healing kind of aspects that you might be able to generate around yourself. As we come into the 25th, we've got fire, Sagittarius, travel, music, games, sports, horses, hunting, travel for pleasure, I should say. Then Venus on the 26th moves into Pisces, and that's a watery Venus. This is also a sign where Venus is exalted, so this is a very lucky time for Venus. As we get to the 27th, we're up to the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter here at the last, what they call the quarter moon. Get your bulbs in, time to plant the bulbs. Then with Capricorn, set your fence posts, prep your garden beds, repair furniture, repair clothes, check your horse tack. Then we get Mercury direct, finally! So this is going to be a lot of, it's going to have a little bit of a weird feel until we get to this Mercury direct. Then it's all systems go after that. On the 29th, we've got Aquarius moon, air sign. This is your information sharing, innovations again. Now keep in mind we're back into the balsamic. The moon's getting darker and darker coming up on the new moon. So this is your hopes and your dreams and your friends. And then again, we are with a blessed day. Saturn is the esoteric ruler of Aquarius before Uranus and all that was discovered. So this is considered a blessed day on Saturday, being in the sign of Aquarius. Plus, we have Saturn in Capricorn, which is the sign it rules. So this is like a doubly blessed Saturday here. So this is a good time to just go over all those messages and all the innovations that you've made and make them more solid and more permanent. And then by the 31st, Mars goes into Gemini, and this is going to be, your energies are going to be moving along much more quickly. This is also a good time for wrapping up your projects and wrapping up communications and stuff and getting ready for the full moon that'll be coming up in the next week. And this has been your horoscope for March, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you.